Someday people all over the world would start speaking out, and there'd be protests and demonstrations and UN votes and editorials in all the European papers, and they'd all be saying, "Now wait a minute, why must we harm cancer? And if we must, do we really need to completely annihilate it right off the bat? Can't we try and reach a compromise first? Why go in with force straight away? Why not put ourselves in its shoes and try to understand how cancer itself experiences the disease from its own perspective? And let's not forget that cancer does have some positives. Fact is, a lot of patients will tell you that coping with cancer made them better people. And you have to remember that cancer research led to the development of medications for other diseases. Are we just going to put an end to all that in such a destructive manner? Has history taught us nothing? Have we forgotten the darker eras? And besides, he adopts a contemplative expression, is there really anything about man that makes him superior to cancer and therefore entitled to destroy it? The audience applauds sparsely. He charges ahead. "And good evening to all the men! It's okay that you came too. If you sit quietly, we'll let you stay on as observers. But if you don't behave yourselves, we'll send you next door for chemical castration. Sound good? So, ladies, allow me to finally introduce myself properly. Enough with the wild guesses. I know you're dying to learn the identity of this mysterious man of romance. Dovaleh G is the name, it's the handle, it's the most successful brand in the entire enlightened world south of the Nile. And it's easy to remember. Dovaleh, long for Dove, which is just like Dove except less peaceful, and G, like the spot, the apple of my dick. And ladies, I am all yours. I am prey for your wildest fantasies from now until midnight. Why only midnight? I hear you asking sadly. Because at midnight I go home, and only one of you beauties will be lucky enough to accompany me and become one with my velvety body for a night of intimacy both vertical and horizontal, but mostly viral, and of course subject to whatever is made possible by the little blue pill of happiness, which gives me a few hours or borrows back what the prostate cancer stole. Open parentheses. Such an idiot, that cancer, if you ask me. Seriously, think about it. I have such gorgeous body parts. People come all the way from Ashkelon to look at this work of art. Like my perfectly round heel, for example. He turns his back to the audience and waves his boot charmingly. Or my sculpted thighs, or my silky chest, or my flowing hair. But that degenerate cancer would rather wallow in my prostate. Gets a kick out of playing with my pee-pee, I guess. I was really disappointed in him. Close parentheses. But until midnight, my sisters, we will raise the roof with jokes and impersonations, with a medley of my shows from the past 20 years as unannounced in the advertisements, 'cause it's not like anyone was going to spend a shekel to promote this gig except with an ad the size of a postage stamp in the Netanya Free Weekly. Fuckers didn't even stick a bill on a tree trunk. Saving your pennies, eh, Yoav? God bless you, you're a good man. Picasso, the lost Rottweiler, got more screen time than I did on the utility poles around here. I checked. I went past every single pole in the industrial zone. Respect, Picasso, you kicked ass, and I wouldn't be in any hurry to come home if I were you. Take it from me, the best way to be appreciated somewhere is to not be there, you get me? Wasn't that the idea behind God's whole Holocaust initiative? Isn't that really what's behind the whole concept of death? The audience is swept along with him. Really, you tell me, Netanya. Don't you think it's insane what goes through people's minds when they put up notices about their lost pets? Lost, golden hamster with a limp in one leg, suffers from cataracts, gluten sensitivity, and almond milk allergy. Hello? What's your problem? I'll tell you right now where he is without even looking. Your hamster's at the nursing home. The crowd laughs heartily and relaxes a little, sensing that somewhere out there a dangerous wrong turn has been righted. "I want you to come to my show," he said on the phone, after finally breaking into my stubborn memory. We dredged up a few surprisingly pleasant recollections from our twice-weekly walks from Beit Vagan to the bus that took me home to Talpiot. He talked about those walks with great enthusiasm. "It was a real friendship we started there," he said a couple of times, and giggled with bemused happiness. "We'd walk and talk for ages. Walkie-talkie friendship," he continued, reminiscing in minute detail, as though that brief attachment were the best thing that had ever happened to him. I listened patiently and waited to find out exactly what he wanted me to do, so that I could refuse without offending him too much and get him back out of my life.